The national report card for schools were released, and the news is not good. As expected, schools nationwide saw a decline in test scores for both reading and math. Math grades saw the lowest decline since 1990, and reading scores are at 1992 levels. WCNC Charlotte Shamaria Morrison joins us live. Shay, how does North Carolina and South Carolina students compare to the rest of the country?
Well, both states have some work to do. You know, COVID-19, it just wiped out decades, literally decades of progress, especially in math scores. And they both also saw a dip in those reading scores. But overall, South Carolina came out on top compared to North Carolina scores. Across the country, math scores saw some of its largest decreases ever.
On math, I hope you all are as alarmed as I am by the results. It's systemic, it's across the country.
South Carolina was only one of 10 states who didn't see any significant changes in math scores. North Carolina declined.
There is no understating the urgency that must be felt by every policymaker, every political leader, every mom and dad, every teacher, and just go down the list. This is big stuff for America.
The CMS participates in an urban district assessment scoring. That means they're compared against other districts in larger cities. CMS, along with 22 out of 26 other large urban school districts, saw declining math scores.
Mrs. Karp asked her classroom.
Nationwide, reading was a bright spot for bigger districts.
Cities did not decline. They held steady. And this is interesting because there has been improvement for the cities for a long time, because the cities have been closing the gap between themselves and the nation for several decades.
South Carolina was only one of 22 states who didn't see any significant changes in reading scores. North Carolina saw declines, but it mirrored the nation. Education officials say that virtual learning just wasn't the same nationwide. So those students who were able to have that real-time learning over the virtual learning courses, well, they did have better scores. In addition to those students who were able to reach their teachers at least once or twice a week for help, they also saw better scores. Live in Uptown, Shamaria Morrison, WCNC Charlotte.